term School of London was actually coined in 1976 by R.B. Kitaj, but in fact it wasn't a formal movement of art, it's a collective. It's this sense of artistic endeavour. The School of London really is an expression of a time in London where there was a great deal of artistic and particularly painterly excitement. All of these artists are going through a great sense of reassessment. We very much kind of set out to put together a very representative group of the best of these artists' works for the forthcoming sale in February. In the early 1930s, Francis Bacon had actually been an interior designer, but after the war he turned increasingly to painting. This is a painting called Figure with Monkey from 1951, and his first painting of a series of only 4 pictures which Bacon executed around the subject of monkeys or apes. He'd visited South Africa and Rhodesia in particular in the early 1950s and was known in fact to have taken a number of photographs then of animals. So you look at the composition of this picture, you have the arm outstretched to the man in front of the monkey. There's also this great sense of spatial awareness in the painting, as well as the screaming mouth, which of course in itself was an incredible motif of the later Pope paintings. So I think man and beast coexist as almost one entity in his pictures. This is a drawing which was acquired by the current owner directly from Lucian Freud. It's never been available to purchase on the open market. Lord Goodman was a very distinguished lawyer in London in the 1980s. In a very short period of time he came to know Lucian Freud incredibly well and then modelled for him for a series of drawings, this being by far the most important one. Lucian always used to say that my drawings of people are meant to be really of them, of their essence, as opposed to being about them, and I think you can really see that here. The subject of this drawing from 1943 is a stuffed bird sitting in a composition surrounded by these cacti. It's a riveting composition when you see all of these elements together. And it's a mixture here between both pencil and then balanced it with these wonderful expressions in blue. Lucian was only 20 years old when he drew this drawing, so this is absolutely at the beginning of his whole artistic sort of endeavour. It's a moment pregnant with the kind of anticipation of an artist going out into the world to fulfil his destiny. This is a painting by Freud and Kossoff entitled Christchurch 1, August 1991. It's the first time that Nicholas Hawksmoor's great Georgian Baroque building, Christchurch Spitalfields, has ever come up at auction. And it's actually an area of London, Spitalfields, in the east of London, where Kossoff, as a young émigré Ukrainian Jew, first came to London. There's this incredible kind of childlike perspective with the vista of the church being thrown up in high relief behind us. It's not a picture at all about finesse. It's raw, it's tough, and it's meant to describe a sort of plethora of different emotions. This year there's going to be a real focus. Whilst the Olympics are going to be on in London, there's also a cultural Olympiad that's been launched. Damien Hirst's survey exhibition at the Tate Modern, and then David Hockney's show at the Royal Academy. There's clearly a very defined sense of Britishness about what's happening in London this year.